I'm now live. Let's play a song.
Hey, what's happening?
Brother, what's up?
This is a recording, man.
Yeah,
I
brother,
can
like,
dig it.
stop it. Right on.
Hey, man, what's your name?
Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. You see, war is not the answer, for only love can conquer hate. You know we've got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Oh, picket lines and picket signs. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, what's going on? Right on.
Let me stop that. Yes, Thursday evening, 10 p.m. You know what's the story? It's me, Rich Lu Bonmore, and it's the meetup. Good evening, Craigie G. Cuz thanks for the energy, brother. You know that tempo that you're eating the whole time. That I got to the matinee early tempo. I love it. That's my favorite tempo. I love there. Good evening, Melanie. I chose that song specifically, the Marvin Gaye. What's going on? It's from you say that it's 50 years old. It came out during the riots in LA when all of the black artists were doing 1971. When all the black artists were starting to do music because of the racial tension. So Marvin Gaye had a song. The Temptations had a song. Earth, Wind and Fire had a song. Everybody had a song about the brutality. So for me, I just thought, you know what, I've been feeling the song for the last few days because it's like I saw this documentary the other day about the whole thing, and it's just resonated, bro. It's just been playing in the mind all every day. Just watching TV and checking all the things that are going on. It's insane. So yeah, man. Different energy. I hope. I don't know, Calvin. Hopefully, I know Calvin's been in the front line, so I don't know how his energy is going to be. But it's the meetup, so the energy will be dictated by the people. This is what it's about, and I also was. I want you guys to get in, so that's why I said I want you guys to get in. So I'll post. I can even post. I'll post the link there. If you want to jump on, you can jump on. I just heard a voice note now that they're planning to attack Newlands East tonight from Wamashu. So it's like a whole lot of fucked up things are going on. Um, while that was going on, though, good evening, Renee. Welcome, Melanie, Juliet. Good evening, Odette. Welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you, man. You're here every week. And I have how's it, Ants? Welcome. Nice to see you. And so during this crazy thing, before we get into like I know we all have the same thing on our minds, bruh. It's just crazy shit. Kevin Madiraviran, welcome. Kim Solomon, good to see you guys. And Michelle Reynaud. So I got hacked. That's what happened to me. So while they were busy, good evening, Nation Coven. Marvin Hoskins, welcome. Charlotte Smith, you go Met. Wherever I go, you go Met. So I was hacked, bruh. My Facebook was hacked yesterday. So while the people are looting the Pick and Pay and looting the checkers and whatever, some fucking cunt from Indonesia was trying to loot my credit card. So I don't have a credit card listed on Facebook because of the same reason, right? But I had it like years ago. you go upset. There you go. Except you go. Yeah, God, guys. So the good evening, Elvis Pillay and Penny Versace Campbell. Yeah, so I don't have a credit card loaded because I realized years ago that when I was doing those Facebook boosts, right, I couldn't remove my payment. You can't remove payment details from Facebook, right? So I had my credit card listed there, and I took it off. I wanted to take it off because I don't understand why must my credit card be there. I wanted to do a boost. I wanted to get people to like, come to a show, whatever. And so I don't understand why my credit card must be there. You know what I mean? It's not a website for purchasing. It's like I feel like it's like me going to buy myself a pair of sneakers at Sports Scene. When I buy the shoes, like I must leave my credit card here just in case I come back another day. So my credit card's being there, right? So the other day I got this notification that you've been reported for lying and fraud, and it had a link on there. So I get in there, and I tried to. It said that I've been obviously reported. So I put my email address and etc. inside there, and I think that's the moment when you click that thing. It took me to an external link, and that's where they took my passwords. And once I got in there, what they did is they went to one of my groups and they posted their products in my group, and then they started these ad campaigns to the value of like 43,000 rand. This is what they were trying to take from me, but because I don't have a credit card, and it started running, so it ran up to like 800 and something rand, and it's got a cap, a daily cap, and a whole lot of things. But I couldn't do anything about it. It was there already. And here's the thing with Facebook: there's no way for me to say, press the button and say, this is a fraud thing. They're trying to fraud me. There's nothing. I can, like, if you were speaking about racism or bigotry, I can easily get you. I can just click there and report you, and they'll catch you out. And that's how people get Facebook jail, as they call it. But to tell them that someone's trying to steal 43,000 rand from you, I didn't get a notification. He made me admin of other groups that he owns, right? This Indonesian dude put me onto admins of other groups so that he can use me as an admin to do another ads on his pages, which is insane because he did it on my page. He used my accounts. He used my actual Richelieu thing. And he didn't even, I didn't get no notification. Nothing said to me, hey, listen, you've added another admin to a group, or hey, this is your new ad thing, or you okay with these parameters? I got none of that. I only realized that was happening was when I was scrolling on Facebook, and you get those, your ad could look like this. There was an actual ad, and I saw that it had my header on, but it had some other products on. And then when I clicked on it, it showed that it stopped to 900 rand, and it still had another 43,000 rand to go. And I'm like, as a community, why would they, as Facebook, think that maybe I've done one or two in 2015 or 16 to the value of 200 or 300 rand? Why would I suddenly wait 9-10 years and then go for, like, let me do a 43,000 rand thing for fake watches too? So yeah, bruh, they tried to dial me. Koski's in the house. Why can't Kos? Welcome, on, man. Except you can come on, bro. I don't need to be scared. I don't mind having you as a guest. I think that people need to hear you, my man. So when the dust and the smoke settles, pull in, Kos. Let's have a chat. I'm inviting. This is my formal invitation to you. So Newlands in the house tonight, says you go meet. This is the Newlands thing, bro. This is the Newlands thing. This is where we at every single week. I'm gonna bring my guest in now. Let me see if I can load the horns, even though this guy I have to. Okay, let me first see if I can find the horns. The horns always run away. That's what happens when you're not the IT guy. I am the IT guy, but I'm not the IT guy. You know what I'm saying? Let me put it here. I don't even know where it went. Okay, there's it there. Ladies and gents, from it's Carbon H Coastal. Let's get the horns. What kind, bruh?
Hello, Richelieu. Hi.
Nice to see you, Corbin.
How you doing?
I'm okay, bro. I feel like, when you I feel it's like watching, like you're watching your bra getting robbed. Have you ever been in a scenario where you're watching your bra getting robbed, but you can't do anything about it? Like that. That's actually. Yeah, I got robbed and I got robbed on the other side of the road, and the cost of great.
Let me tell you a quick story based on that. So I used to study at the city campus down by the bottom of Smith Street. And so to walk to that campus, you had to cross that bridge. There's a dangerous Williams Road bridge there to get there. And so there was a bunch of students like from Bluff, Toti, mixed like white, Indian, whatever. And so they were knocking O's there, left, right, and center. So one day I was walking there, one bit bra from Toti, one Indian shade stayed in town, myself, one other bra. So these O's came across and they grabbed the Vito and they tuned. Once they had a chain on, so once they grabbed his chain, and he was like confused because I'm watching the O being robbed, and as he's trying to grab him,
I decided, as this was grabbing a change, I pulled his hand away and I said, just keep walking. And then
Those bras like looked at me as if to say, "Hey, what you doing?" Like we weren't robbing you, we were robbing him. So that whole episode of my life passed. Hey, we went inside, so I was shaken, right? About maybe 6 years ago, I went to Westfield Prison on a on a random what do you call it?
mission, let's call it
A random mission, and I was there with a couple other people, and I went inside into the different mediums, and I get into one medium, and they're all looking at me. Junior, you come here. So I'm like, huh? I know you.
I said, where you know me from?
We used to rob the people there at the bottom, and you were trying to help that guy the one day. Bro, I was so shaken.
I was like, what? You were
Yo.
standing there. What?
So they knew you. That's crazy, though, right?
But wait. I kept going.
I'm walking through Westport, and there's an old screaming, "Hey, Goldstone! Hey, Goldstone!" And now I turn around. Yeah, kind of say, "What you there? Push that! What you doing here?"
This is a few years ago. Yeah, it's a pop. Anyway.
So the thing is, you have a formidable form. So like, you would remember you. You've seen you so often walking up and down. And
God, you wouldn't forget that shape.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the thing
It was weird though, because like literally that must have been
Like one incident that happened in like 2001, 2002, and then I was in the prison maybe 2005, 6. So it was bizarre. Like the old randomly identifies your whole life.
yeah, but the thing is, it's like, imagine that's also something that he's also never experienced. Just like, he must be like, the spirit of Ubuntu. He must be like that one. That was one time. Like how we having conversation about you were out to getting robbed. He's also had a conversation with his bros. Like, except one day we are robbing this one, bruh.
And this other pulled him away.
And today, you know what happened actually? And now I'm just thinking of the story. About maybe a month, 2 months later, one of stopped me there in that same section, and he said to me, "Hey, they don't want to rob you. They want to rob these people there. But if you're helping them, it's going to be a problem." I remember the conversation. I was just like, kept walking.
So that was gave you a warning to say, well, hey, don't
They gave
help.
me a warning not to help these people being robbed, bro. They gave me a warning. They warned me. And you must know that stage I was like 17.
Yeah, I was about 17, 18 maybe. 16 even maybe.
Wow.
But the thing is, they all followed his life of crime. He's in jail.
I met up with him. I met up with him on the inside. Yo. That was consistent. You got caught, man.
Hey, bro.
You didn't give up. Like, say your mic keeps going like loud and soft. Is it covered by something there?
No, it's not covered.
Oh, it's doing like it sounds muffled and then it keeps going normal. I don't know if it's me or I don't know if you guys in the comments, if it sounds 100, just tell me. So, but firstly, I want to commend you, my man. I saw you this morning. You were out there, busy with the streets, cleaning up, getting involved, getting the community. I don't know what they call it.
Mobilize.
I don't know, but like for me, I feel like I'm watching TV. This thing it's on TV, and it's like my sister's been sending videos, and I'm like, and that kind of grounds you, like how close this thing is to your house. You know what I mean? How does it experience, but like that getting there afterwards and looking around and looking at the devastation and like the whole situation? How does it feel to be in that moment, bruh?
When I got there, Richlo, and I looked around and I saw everything, and I thought to myself, yo, it's not easy being a looter. What a big decision you must make. You come there with your 2 hands and there's so much stuff. What am I going to take?
You've only got 2 hands. On the microwave, but a white stickers, but I've only got 2 hands. But there's a fridge,
But I can't get it up to you.
That's the thing,
I
man.
think they end up carrying little, but then they end up dumping stuff. Because
Just dumped. And unless you came with a van or a truck, that must be like You just like Reggie's Rush when you were lighting the gym, they give you a few minutes to go on KTV. They had that thing, Reggie's Rush. We go with a toy with a trolley, and you throw in. It must feel like that. Bro.
Just like
Because when they threw so much stuff away.
yeah. Do you remember that one? They used to do it in what is that store? House and Home, eh? Remember the guy
Sure.
that girl named Norman? Kichima Norman. They say
Sure.
but
That's where looting started. That's where the culture of looting started in South Africa. Was those
TV shows like Reggie's Rush and that Kojima thing, where they make people go loot a shop and then say, "What you got?" And they go through their trolley. Wow, you got the game, and you got. And then there's lighties. We all watch that stuff and say, "Yo, me, if I go in here, I'm going straight for the TV games. I'm going to grab a TV game." Yeah,
that's the consoles. Just maybe pull your sound jack in and out or something. It's creating an issue.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but it keeps wavering, so it keeps sounding kind of muffled and coming back. So I'm not sure if it sounds like it.
You know what I think
happens. You can tell me, but if you talk and I talk, it kind of gives you the dominant mic.
Yeah, that does happen. But when you're talking consistently, it's waving while you're talking.
I don't know.
I'll have a look around and see if I can up it.
But you know what I was thinking about? You know where the looting also starts, bruh? Do you remember when a SAB truck used to fall over?
Yeah, oh yeah. Culture.
Culture.
And that's brother, one day I was driving and I heard this thing on East Coast Radio where the DJ said, "Hey, listen, there's a truck that fell over there on the N2, whatever. So if you want beers, go past there." Then I was thinking to myself, like, this bruh's, he's a public figure. He's on the radio. He's literally inciting people to go out there and kind of literally loot companies, bruh. Like for me, I don't like some companies I don't think will make it. Like this, obviously people that have their own little companies, like Lawrence, for example, from Newlands. He has a butchery which is he owns himself. And his place is completely gutted, bruh. Like that was probably his. But he's normally. Wait, I'm trying to think. He's not Clearwood. He's normally close to the ranks and that type of thing. So I can't remember where exactly his location. But I saw the video. Like there's literally nothing left inside his shop, bruh. The old souk, like everything. So like I was like that. But even like Macro, bruh. Like Macro, for example.
I went to Macro today.
So many Macro stores, the outlets, their storage facilities. And what do you think is going to be the plan now? Are they going to start paupering these people? What's the plan?
You're asking hard questions, yeah.
Yeah, like the conversation.
I don't know what's the plan because
you got 1,000. I think they've arrested 1,700 last count. So 1,700
people, prosecuting those people, putting them through the system. I'm not sure
how long that would take. But even if you arrested 1,700, you're probably looking at about maybe 100,000 people that need to be prosecuted over this. I don't know if we have a jail for that.
And all these people are sitting with TVs now and refrigerators.
Yeah,
load shedding coming. That's what happens. People are sitting with top appliances in in poses. Like there's lots of visuals now. People are actually taking pictures and photos and videos of what the stuff they got. And some of the stuff is in tight spaces.
I saw the lady that's got like 2 fridges and boxes. You can't even walk in the house. Do you see that video? And
fridge is full of cheese.
You know, like, for me, the people that are going to suffer the most are those exact same people that were out there looting.
These people are gonna start looting each other because now the people in her section, right? How she met up with 2 fridges, full meat, cheese. People are gonna be like, "Hey, we only got BB bread and beans, but they're out there full of meat and cheese." Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People are starting fighting.
Yeah. And like I saw Paul so they're talking about TSO talking about Like when the president was talking, I was watching him go into the blood bank. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? Like the whole country watched him. They went, they opened the thing. What they stole the blood? What? They took one to computers.
Vampires. I don't know. Vampirina. I don't know why people are stealing blood. And maybe it might just be like a sabotage thing, right?
Like I don't know, like they just want to sabotage
Let's just break everything.
Burn
it
it
all. Maybe, but I don't know, bro. Like we all still trying to figure it out. I think when it comes out though, as the investigation goes, it's gonna be something stupid.
I don't think so. You know, did you see that mall, how it looked now? Did you see that's called Queensmead? What's it called? Queensmead or whatever that mall
sure.
that they were that was on the news.
Sure.
And did you see how it looks now?
Yeah.
Everything's back. Mr. Price is looking hundreds of KFCs together. It looks like nothing ever happened over there.
Well, insiders.
But those malls also, I think some police in certain sections were quick on the job. Like for example, the value center here by Cato Ridge, they took 3 days to loot that place and police never stopped them. They looted it
for 3 straight days, bro.
Day and night they were looting that place.
Yes. And
I don't know, bro.
Because I was trying to figure, like, you know, you put yourself in those shoes. Like, if you were, what would you, like, you know what I mean? Because you have to kind of put your brain in that scenario. Like, if I was looting, what would I be grabbing?
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, when I was standing there,
I'm thinking, yo, this is a big decision to make.
You can literally take anything you want. Like, what do you
actually take? Like, like people, like now I think about it, some people took like things like microwaves and DVD players. Those things are cheap, like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be looking for watches and jewelry and things that I can put in my pocket and it's still worth money. Do you know what I mean?
Someone's looted
ATMs.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. So you took the face off the ATM. Yeah. Remember now when they blow up the ATMs, they do have because they need time, right? They don't have time, so they need to blow the thing, get inside, get out. Now with the looting, they have so much time that they can pull the face of the ATM off, get inside the ATM, and I was just literally pulling stacks out of it.
Yeah, and for me, and
like a video of pulling stacks out of the ATM.
Renee says, "I'm asking you like you,
I know too much, Renee. I know too much."
Covin's the well-informed guy. I'm just gonna post. I'm gonna post the link here. So if anybody wants to jump in and bring some opinion, look in the comments now. If you click on there, we'll be able to add you on. I've noticed now that we've got infighting amongst ourselves, right? When I say ourselves, I'm talking about colored people, specifically in Newlands East, where I've seen that people are like buying bread from whichever suppliers, and they selling the bread off to other people at a higher price. Apparently, people can't get into ShopRite because there's some hierarchy of who can go in and that type of thing. I don't know, but like I feel that Brainos find a way to, because by nature we're very selfish, right? We are selfish kind of people. I know this through experience in life, in whatever, but like if there's like it's clear to see if there's 5 pieces of cake and there's 5 of us, the O in the front of the queue's gonna take 3 pieces of cake, and then the other O's in the back won't get. So apparently that was happening today. We're also buying crates of bread from the grounds and then going to their houses in Newlands and then selling it off at a profit. Why do you think we like this, bruh? Like, how do we even curb this type of a behavior amongst ourselves, bruh?
Hey, bro, you know what? I'm sorry, man. The dog is barking at.
I don't know if it's just me or if everyone's on edge. Like you almost
think like, what's happening there? I'm gonna ignore it for now. If they come in,
Did I go take a look?
No.
That's fine. So,
look,
I don't necessarily agree, Vishnu, that colored people are selfish by nature. I think that, like for example, today we're busy with the cleanup, there was a lot of colored people involved in the cleanup day, a lot. And some of the people that came walked from Newlands down Nandi Drive into the thing. I don't know how deep in Newlands they stay. One day I know she stayed pretty deep, like Hank Burger side. She walked, that means she hit she hit John Dory, the whole of John Dory. It's a stop off the ground, up the hill, down, and we're at the other side of the freeways. You know what I'm saying? She hits a proper walk to be a part of what was happening. And those are selfless acts. Like the colored people that were involved there today, they know who they are. Those are selfless acts. Those are people who will gain nothing from taking part in this. You know what I'm saying? They'll never get any credits or anything for it. And so sometimes I think what happens is we get into this mode of trying to self-preserve. And so self-preservation, when there's not enough, makes us selfish. But I don't think that's an inherent thing necessarily in all of us. I think that's situational. So I think for a lot of us growing up in Newlands East, which is a sub-economic community, especially like certain parts, like I grew up in Haddock, Stumpnose, which is, for those who know it, it's a fairly poor part of Newlands East. And I can tell you from growing up in there, self-preservation, trying to eat sweets out of your pocket, keep it, was because there just wasn't enough to go around.
So as things progress, right, I can meet up with people now that I grew up with, and
they've got more, so they're more giving, they're more sharing, because we're not scavenging, so to say, like for a little bit. So what's happening now at the moment, though, in terms of communities, it's a tough one. I don't know if there's any people from the Bluff listening here, but I went to the Bluff yesterday. Getting into the Bluff is no joke.
Bluff is probably the hardest place
to get into in the whole of Durban. Because I've been to a few areas. Getting into the Bluff was wild. There's like 4 or 5 checkpoints. You must tell them exactly your address that you're going to. Where you stay? Actually, I'm buying Posy. It's just, we all buying Posy. What's your you must put details. So, but I found that, like, when I went there, like, there was like a preservation of the people that lived in that area. They were trying to preserve for the people in that area. So it's like a thing that's spread everywhere now. Even here where I live, I come from fetching milk. One came with 1,000 liters of milk, and you come there selling the milk 10 rand a liter. But they got a little network. They don't want people, they're not necessarily offering it to everybody, just for people in the area. So everyone's in this Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You know that thing when you learn, you go to college, they teach all of us that same thing. And right at the bottom of it is preservation.
Actually, where I got petrol? I got petrol in Wentworth. It was the only place I could
get petrol was Wentworth.
Yeah, but I do agree with you. But I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to offend anybody by saying that we're selfish. You go, don't tell me when you see me walking around. But it's like, I feel personally, I feel that I'm an unselfish person when it comes to offering up things of a nature that that are not like necessary for me to. You know what I mean? If I don't need a thing to live, then I'm open.
But you also have a lot. Like,
no, when I say a lot, I mean you're not in need. You're not someone who's on the edge of your economy. Also, you grew up in Newton Park. You know what I'm saying? So technically, you were a little bit wealthier than the rest of us. we only used to drive through Newton. Maybe you meet up for a cherry, maybe one day. But other than that,
you know what I'm saying? You don't talk to them. But actually, there's one Bluff from me. I was talking with him now. He lives up the road from me.
I think his name's Tyron. It's Bali Steven.
From Newton.
Yeah.
From Newton. Because he told me now, hey, aren't you buying on the show? Actually, I'm buying now. We're doing patrols there outside.
So rich,
actually, yeah, I'm buying now. You know him, right?
I probably do, but like that's such a Tyron is. I don't know what tyrant, like a tyrant is.
roofs.
Yeah, hey, dude.
Maybe if I see his face.
Yeah, now he's gonna look you to say, yeah, it is so sexy, like you don't know me. But maybe if I check him.
No, he's still on duty there, I think. He was like, he's still graphic. We're graphic patrols, yeah.
Yeah, no, the white side of Newland. No, I actually grew up in Cabo Jocas, and then we moved to Newton when the shutdowns were pumping, you know. Angola and all that's open, we vibe. But for me, it's like, you know, I don't understand the mentality. I fully understand what you're saying with regards to the same thing. But I like you saying, if you had a bag of knickknacks and it was like 40 bras on the road, you put a bag in your pocket and you just like grab one of the knickknacks. You don't even chew them. You suck in your knickknacks. Just so the know.
You suck it. Sucking your knickknack. Oh, you open a whole sweet in your pocket. You just one hand, you open it all in both sides. It was so not enough, bro. Scarcity mentality, they call it.
Yeah. Else you sit in front of them in your mouth same time. I lost one.
It's crazy we had to share everything with the oaths. You couldn't shout nothing by yourself. Everything had to be shared. Me now I can shout full chocolate in front of you and just look at you while I'm chewing.
Like I had the unfortunate thing. I had a bike here, and you know when you had a bike,
community bike.
That was never used to smart me because now your old lady choose you. No one must ride your bike. That's the standard rule. Even leaving home, your old lady sees you going down. Hey, I don't want to say no one riding past on your bike. Yeah, okay. Now the thing is, when you come with the O's, you can't say no to them. They're your age. You're in the same age.
How's the rider?
Yeah, you're acting like, you think you're better than that. I say, right, no flow.
Manipulation, bro.
You go up to the tree. You go up to the tree and come back. Then the prize gone now. Now he's gone for long. Now you think he must go home, must wait for this old to come back. But for that,
we never understood the art of manipulation when we realized this. We just thought that, hey, we're not being a fall over with the rest of the old, but not letting him out. That was manipulation talk. We're manipulating us.
Your mother sees me riding past, got like 6 O's on the bike. No, there's O's standing in the back. There's one over here. There's one on the handle post. Now my old lady, it's riding all fun and games. And you come with me at night, old lady saying, hey, all of them are riding on your bike. You say, yeah, they don't have bikes. What I'm going to do? I have to take them. Get to all of yeah, but then when they got things they don't give you.
Can I use the rollerblade? Ooh.
Oh, God. Oh. But at least I was at skateboards. Hey, Cabo Jocas skateboards was there, bro. Leroy George, Desmond, Byron Ronghanger, all those Georgie and them. Those at Veriflex boards. You know those boards that
don't play.
Those boards that you see on thing, bro. I was like, on thrashing.
The movie. Used to a movie reference that I don't know if a lot of people caught.
Thrashing.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull Chucky's question up in a second, but before I do, I still don't think that the way we grew up and the like that kind of, like you're saying, need to grasp everything that you have in your hand and to share only sparingly still doesn't translate it to going to buy bread and selling it to an inflated price to people that
that is different.
Suffering. Like, besides the fact that it's actually, and let's just say you got 40 loaves and you make 10 rand a loaf, you're gonna make 400 rand. You know what I mean? Is your face in the community worth 400 rand, bruh? Is that what it's worth? It's not. It's the old that sells fish and chips. I've never had his fish and chips. I always read about his fish. I see there's a lot of great reviews about his fish and chips. But then today people are like, yeah, we're never gonna buy your fish and chips ever again because now you're selling us bread for 30 rand and that type of thing. And then how much is he gonna make off this bread? Not even 1,000 rand, bro.
Yeah, nothing.
During a pandemic, during a crisis, like this is what in '94 they thought this is gonna happen. You know what I mean? Our old ladies were stockpiling.
Yeah.
already stockpiled so much baked beans. I even wondered, like, if something does pop, are we gonna chow baked beans for the rest?
One
Like,
way, fully die.
finish those baked beans took us like 3 years. We even built a cupboard to fill with beans. That's how much
So you'll build one.
we built a cupboard and we filled it
There's a
with.
show on TV like that for that. It's called End Time. What is what in like this?
There's a show. There's an actual show about people that do that.
But people that do it,
Someone will know the name.
the hoarders. There's hoarders.
Yeah. Doomsday. No,
Preppers.
Doomsday preppers. Doomsday preppers.
There's a one on
Sure.
Netflix at the moment you must watch. There's one lady in the States that's doing black people now. You saw Ansel? Did you say Ansel?
My next
No, I saw Ansel today, by the way. Netflix cats.
Doomsday pen. Ansel's a doomsday prepper, but I was sending you a video. The man's moving full camouflage, machine gun.
I saw him today, actually. I saw him today.
You're strapped up, ready for action.
This is what Chucky wants to know. How do you feel about the whole Duduzane Prachi?
What's the Duduzane?
Prachi. He left to elaborate because there's lots of Prachis. I just read a piece now in the Daily Maverick actually about how Duduzane and his sister are going to be what level of involvement do they have in inciting an insurrection. I do think that everyone who was promoting Fight for Zuma, as much as that is a rightful, you got the right to do it, they can't like say, oh, we can't take responsibility because people follow the lead, bruh. Everyone involved in that rhetoric must not hide now.
Yeah.
Doesn't hide now.
He did say let the country burn, right? Did you saw that there, right?
I'm not exactly sure of his wording as we're sitting here.
I wouldn't get into it unless I knew for absolute certain, but I know.
I saw it on Twitter. I saw it I saw it generically because it came through my
account. You don't want
it might that comment might become a fake account.
This is the account that
yeah, he doesn't have a Facebook, he doesn't have a Twitter account.
That's what he says, right?
I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
He uses Winston. Winston is the only way he speaks to us. So if you want to know anything that Duduzane is saying, you go to Winston Innes's page and he'll post a video. And it's a weird thing because Winston's from we schooled with Winston. I schooled with Winston, and it's so bizarre that like Winston's your friend on Facebook, not because of politics, not in my case, but because of life, right?
Winston and I share like a brother in Peter, like, and so it's just that you now
because he's your friend, you now see all these other things that you never like. If you're my friend, maybe you're not into comedy, but now because you're my friend from school, now all of a sudden you see comedy all the time. And me, like I wasn't really your problem. I'm just so proud because we press. So because of that, now I see, or at least in my feed, I'll see stuff from Duduzane or whatever the case is. So that's the only time I see him speak. Really, I don't have a Twitter account, so I don't follow him on Twitter. So
okay, so I have him on Twitter, but I've been following that account from the time it came on because he was
I don't think it's a real account. I don't think it's a real account.
It's crazy, bro, because it seems like, you know, when you have a fake account, they do like fake things. Now they're selling bags, bags randomly, and this account has been trying to push to get his father out, push to get him as a president. Photos of him doing things, sitting on a boat, chilling with Winston. Like that's what I was like. That's why I followed.
I think this stuff's taken though from
somewhere. I think like if you actually go through, I think you'll find that video existed somewhere else. But look, hey, whether it's his account or not, I think there's enough information to suggest that there's a core of people who will have to answer at some point, whether they found guilty or innocent or whatever. The question will at least be asked.
All right. So Charlotte is saying I wish you could actually come here and speak. I can send him a WhatsApp right now and try and get him to come chat here. He's deleted his videos and pictures. I lost respect for him today. So what pictures are you referring to, Charlotte? Because I know he just, like you're saying, he literally just shares like pictures of, I guess, Duduzane getting a haircut there in Conga Place, or parking
Yeah.
your BMs up there and the top in mile or whatever.
So this is the big thing for Newlands, right? Because Newlands
East is because of the link, and there's lots of the lights in the east, or not the lights, the big O's now. They in people that I've known like for my whole life, that are around in our circles, right? They lived in the east, and they're also implicated in the circle, the Zuma circle, right? And in the Zuma circle is now because remember that all this that's happening now, all this that we're facing is in Zuma's name. Whether it's actually for Zuma is another story, but this is how it kicks off. It kicks off in his name. And we are weird little community units. Whether you live there now, you live there when we lived there, Rishlo. For our little community to be so close to this, I can't wrap my head around this. Like I thought this would be like a thing from a community from Nkandla, but our community is much closer to this than I like.
Yeah, it is.
Because I got no bone saying that.
I'm not like comfortable that Newlands East is so closely associated with what is an insurrection, bro.
Yeah, it is strange that like even now, like I'm saying earlier on, I got a message that says that they want to attack Newlands East tonight, and it's like you're saying, we are very far from like this kind of.
This is not a political place.
We don't have a history of politics. Wentworth is a political place. Wentworth had Robert McBride, they were Goose Bomber, they had MKs. You buy through Wentworth, you find O's that get political send-offs. Newlands don't have a history like that. We got Trevor Bonham.
Yeah. And we're busy with the TRO and Calvin Goldstone.
And Richlu and Verd. And like that,
our game was art. Our game was not politics. But now we tickle.
And it's a conversation. People are having a conversation. Newlands East people are now thinking this conversation.
You want to iterate a little bit on that, Hugo? Just give us an idea of what you mean when you say they're seeing fame. Are you referring to the fact that Duduzane is in our area and bringing eyes there? Because they're driving nice cars, they're wearing fancy.
I saw Duduzane one Christmas
Day driving I think a Lamborghini in the east, and like it was just like it was a weird thing, bro. Like I was like, yo, Newlands is a strange place to like see Lamborghini. It's like it's not normal for us.
And on Christmas Day, that's a very.
I think it was Christmas Day.
It might make sense in terms of like the way his family structured or whatever. But for me, it was. It might not. I think it was Christmas Day, but it might not have been. I must be sure about that. But it was a strange. I can see why that would be attractive. Like even me as an adult was like, wow, there's a Lamborghini in the east.
Right.
Which we don't see, right?
The things that we just don't see when
you're growing up in the, like growing up in the East, Rishlo. I never knew anyone on TV in any shape, way, or form. I don't know if you did, but the idea of knowing someone who was on TV, yo, brah. Yeah. We got excited when Devante broke out and they had a music video. Forever. And everyone's trying to figure out how they might be cousins with one of these O's. No, that O's, he's a cousin of this O's, and that O's related to me. He's a cousin of that's like we were so far away from like any form of fame or whatever. We try to create links. Now the community is very much close to the action, closer than it's ever been.
That's funny. It's funny you say that, bro, because I literally thought about that today because I thought about because for me, remember the old ads back in the day, right? TV wasn't as polluted as it is now. There wasn't so many options. So if there was an ad running on TV, everybody knew it. The whole nation knew it, like regardless of what they were advertising, whether it be Chicken Lick and whether it be the new golf that was coming out, Black Cat. We all knew the Black Cat ad. We all knew the ad with the parrots. We all knew the ads were all there. And funny, but today I was just thinking about it. So I was like, never did I ever think that, because Durban, we were so far from Johannesburg, which was like the hub of where these things were happening, and Cape Town. We were like, okay, we had nobody, bruh. And never did I ever think that I would see you, or even me, like never did I ever think that I'd see myself in any
On TV.
type of thing of that matter ever. Even when I started doing comedy, it wasn't like
Yellow Pages was the first time I saw you in an advert, I think.
yeah. Yellow Pages was like the first time, and it was crazy, bruh. I was like, yo, bruh, I got paid like a year, like a year's worth of gigs for a day's worth of work, but even then, I was still like in my mind, I'm like, this is very far from what I projected. Even if it's not amazing, it's still something that I didn't see that thing. Do you know what I mean?
We didn't see that possibilities. I still sometimes like when things happen, I still see myself being like, yo, I can't figure out how that happened, how we got to this point. It still amazes me. I'm still amazed, bro. Like my expectations, I don't know if like it comes across, but my expectations are generally very low, and so I'm always surprised.
But that comes from I was gonna try and make this thing lower. I feel like it's maybe also clipping it. I think that also comes from that, like you're talking about. It comes from that same thing. It's the same upbringing. It's the same thing. We are taught that. You know what I'm saying? We were like I've always had it. I can tell you it's a strange thing, but like I've had this conversation recently. So I clean shoes, whatever. Like I clean shoes for myself. Sure. I clean it because I like doing it. I get a thrill out of the end product, out of figuring out different ways of how to do it. That type of thing. And the strange thing, though, for me, because of the way our fathers and our parents and our grandfathers, they were never programmed to be the boss. They were never programmed to be in charge. You know what I'm saying? So they would never try to harvest that thing within you. So for me, like I still clean shoes up until now, but I'm a grown ass man. But I still clean shoes for the love of just cleaning them. Like I clean anybody's shoes. And the first money I ever made in my life that wasn't from my parents, right? I was never a paper boy. It wasn't something that I was attracted to. I never ever wanted to do that thing. But when I used to clean, and I was talking about when I was 12, 13 years old, I used to clean because our neighbors were bigger owls than us. So we was always big owls. I would go to them and say, hey, look here, let me clean your shoes. And they would pay me like 20 Rand, 15 Rand, which was a lot, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like I think a pair of All Stars was like 100 Rand or 120 Rand or something like that. And I would get like 4 pairs. I would clean them. My father would come and say like, what shoes are these here? I'd be like, no, it's this Brian. I'd be cleaning his shoes. I'm like, yeah. And I'd be sitting there and I'd be not just dunking them and scrubbing them. I'd be meticulously cleaning shoes. And never once did it occur to him or to me to like, you know what, maybe you should do that. Maybe you should take
it more seriously, like,
or do laundromat or get into that thing if you really like it so much. But it was never ever, and that's why our projected scope is not like your Lighty's projected scope is gonna be amazing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because our children think differently. Already. My Lighty really told me he's not staying in this country. Like even before all this, he was like he wants to do Cambridge, wants to get his A levels, and when he finishes, Cambridge will give him more than Matrica A level, which is he can go study overseas, no bridging course. So he's like his mind is already made up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He doesn't want to study. He doesn't want to live here, and that's not because I teach that. It's because he has ambitions that he thinks South Africa's might be limiting on.
Yeah. I've been doing it since I was a Lighty, for real, bro. Like, also don't believe me, but I've been doing it since I was a Lighty. But you're right. Like, even like that's the thing, because when you look at, like, I look at my son, he's like, oh, he likes Lamborghinis. Now it makes me watch, those shows where they're building Lambo and they're building supercars and then I said to you, see how there's also busy there? You must go stay maybe there in Ireland or put in, I don't know where they make, Germany or something. Because but also like we didn't like the things, so we put we make it lighter, we make it faster. Things like how he knows that. I said because he doesn't stay here. He doesn't stay here.
Although let me tell you something. So these patrol things, it's a weird thing because I've lived where I've lived now for 2 years and I knew nobody. So these community patrols,
forced to be out and get to know your neighbors. And it's been fascinating, bruh. Because last night, they got into this conversation about building motorbikes. And apparently there's one over here who built a motorbike that was faster than the fastest Japanese Yamaha, whatever bike in Pietermaritzburg. This whole built a bike. The bikes, he was 4 or 5 years ahead of it, living out here in Durban. It's just a different world. I think also, white people had money, like, and access to equipment and stuff way before. During apartheid, they had access we didn't have. So they were doing like groundbreaking things. You have to think apartheid in some ways was an amazing balancing act, because they had to create a world that was like first world for them, but create a world that also, like, we didn't die of starvation. Because if you think of apartheid, like, it was the most bizarre thing, but we all had domestic workers. I suppose that was the way they did it, was they really disenfranchised black people. So that's how they survived and created a world. I suppose that's what's happening at the moment, is that apartheid world that was created of disenfranchised black people hasn't really gone away. So we've been sitting on this cliffhanger for a long time. And I was talking to some people from Cape Town. They said this will never happen in Cape Town. I said, well, as long as there's people on the side watching you live, it's always possible. Eventually, it's like you're saying, the selfish. People are watching you live. They're watching you do nice things, drive Lamborghinis and live in nice poses.
Yeah.
People can't just park on the side and watch forever.
Yeah. But in Cape Town, a lot of people are colored people doing the services that we in Durban or Johannesburg. Like, my first time ever getting like a colored person ever putting like petrol in my car or whatever was when I went to Cape Town. Like, on the way to Cape Town, colored females and males. Like, in Durban, I don't know if it was, like you're saying, a part of the apartheid plan, or is it just a proud nation? Like, we just too proud to put petrol in the car, put air in the tire. Because do you know any, like, no, I don't know in my whole life, not one brainer ever from Durban that has ever worked on the floor at a petrol station. Never.
Well, you've been away a while. I
know of you.
In Durban.
Yeah, it's South
Coast. South Beach. There's a bra there. There's a bra who filled petrol for me at Ambilo the other day.
So there's two of them.
Yeah, that's only like I don't go
to every petrol station.
Like, even those two, I only went there because I was outside Cowan's. I was buying for money, so I needed to draw matcha. And the one on the beach, we were doing something for the show we were doing, so I needed a garage to do something at, and that was it.
So back to the current situation in our country. What do you think is going to happen now? What do you think? Is it because we want to? So the plan's overthrow? Is the plan to? What's the plan? Is the plan to discredit our current president? Is the plan to discredit? Is the plan to? Or we reset? I mean, there's okay now. Apartheid, we couldn't get anything. Okay, everybody's got a HD TV, a fridge, chicken, clothes.
Those things are just, they're not important.
Those things, like these things that they were stolen, they're not that important, because those things will not bring change long term. Like we've got the things we wanted. We living in the new South Africa, no, because the poverty will hit within the next. It's already hitting, but within the next week, we're gonna see like real hunger.
Hunger Games,
Everything is burned.
In the next week or so, we're gonna start really seeing the hunger. And let me tell you something. If there was any intention, and this is also speculation, but if there was any intention to hurt business and to hurt white people in particular, this was gonna fail horribly, bruh.
It must.
Where I live,
the majority of people around me are white. These people are organized, my guy. You can, like, people are scrounging for stuff now. All right, today I had to buy to Mount Edgecombe to get bread. Imagine I went into Mount Edgecombe Golf Estate to get BB bread. My gosh. But when it comes to a bread aside, other resources, bro, the old broads, one old broads out of the one estate brought 1,000-liter tank of milk for all of us to buy 10 rand a liter. You know, 10 rand a liter of milk, you won't even get that in a shop.
You're
There's
right.
people here, they'll send you a list and they'll tune you right. This farm, we can give you cauliflower, what, this, that. You name the vegetable, it's accessible. Oh, it's got eggs. People have things. Yeah, where I live, there is a network, a direct pipeline to the farms. White people will survive, my guy. The rest of South Africa will not have anywhere near the access that white people have to the resources. Even in a failed state, white people will still survive.
Yeah, because
I'm actually like astounded, bro. Like, you know, you can't get fuel, right? At the moment, things are really tight. We can't get into a garage, but they're organizing for a drop, airdrop of fuel. They just need to know how many people need, how many liters. Then they know if they must bring 1,000-liter drum or a 10,000-liter drum. I'm just like, what?
yo, they're the Aussies fighting at ShopRite. They don't want to let people in ShopRite. You see that? That's what I'm saying. The people who broke the shops are the people who are gonna suffer the most. Firstly, your family members work there. That's the very first point of course. Your family, you've now taken jobs away from your people. Your actual the people that stay in your house now can't go to work, right? That's the first part. It's gone. The second part is it's not gonna come back tomorrow. The supply of food and resources and whatever you required, the fridge is full today. Tomorrow, you can't. That stuff's gonna go off. You're either gonna eat it, throw it away. It's gonna go off. Like you said, we're gonna fight each other now for the things that we have in our houses. And what's let's call a month from now. What's today? Let's say the 15th. Let's say the 15th of next month. What situation are we gonna be in, bruh?
I'm scared.
I'm scared of the 15th of next month.
Yeah.
Like
Khaled,
I don't know what the 15th of next month
looks like it's actually like, you know, like usually, bro, I won't lie. I buy through the last, before the pandemic, I buy through the last 10 years.
They say, I got milk and I got bread.
I buy through the last 10 years,
not thinking about the next month much, and then saying in December, oh, the whole year's gone. I didn't even feel it. Like, bruh, ever since the pandemic, like what next month looks like is like actually a thought, yo, because you're also calculating how many pennies you got to pay all your things, all your bills, or whatever the case is. And you know, like the way I don't know about yourself, but me, the way I'm not working like anywhere near the level of output I had before the pandemic. Like 1-2 months, I just don't pay things, bruh.
Yeah.
Not because
I'm being like, I don't have the margin to pay it.
like I don't pay things, but I just don't pay it. Like they found me in the gym. I'm treating like they said, when
can you pay it? I said, like, but you're not listening to me. Like, there's no money to pay what you're asking for.
Yeah.
Like no matter how many times you say,
but what payment plan can you make? The money is not gonna magically appear. There is no money to pay what you want. But you have to make it like a half payment plan. I'm like, how many times must I explain to you? There's no money. Like, if things change and things open up and I do get some work and then there's money, I can pay it. But right now, there's actually I can't make the match account to pay your thing. Your thing's not going to get paid. Whatever it is, whether it's a home loan or whatever, swap.
Yeah, I have years of experience with Edgar's. So Edgar's trained me very well for this type of life, because I was but like it's going, like you're saying, like it was bad already. It was bad. We were in, the thing is, bruh, we're not even worried about the fact that there's COVID. That's like, that thing is now, that's no more part of our, it's no more part of our thing anymore. I'm saying my mic is soft. How's that, bruh? So it's like we're no more worried about the things that we already had, right? We already like we now gonna queue up for milk and for bread and for thing. When we weren't queuing up, we were not queuing up in the first place because we're gonna die. We're gonna create the fourth and the fifth and the sixth waves. I mean, everything's now we're like, okay, let's forget about that. We'll worry about that next week when now they were raiding hospitals. Now there's no more blood because they robbed the blood bank. Now they're running into hospitals. You know how scary it is for them to run into like a hospital, bro. Like imagine you in a hospital and you sick and there's always walking in here and doing their own thing.
Who are these people? Like, who are these people? I almost understand. I know some people were chowing me a little bit because I said that I saw some of the looters at the end, like, yeah, near me. And when I looked at them, I couldn't see criminals. I saw desperate people, right? And maybe I need to explain it a little bit. What people are doing now is they are scavenging. They're scavenging because they're literally going through the stuff and finding little bits that were left over. So these people are different to the people who are robbing the blood bank. There has to be a separation here of who these people are, because there's a group of people that are doing hardcore crime, burning things, also breaking in, and then there's there's children today like scavenging through the stuff, bro. And I'm like, when they leave the stuff carrying all these things, they're gonna be like, look at the looters, but I like saw them collect the stuff. These lights are not looters, they're scavengers.
Right.
They're scavenging.
They're not scavengers. That sounds wrong. They're scavenging.
You know, sometimes the word is apt.
No.
Cruel as it sounds, it fits perfect. But I get you though. Like people like took bread and stuff, and whatever, you know, like survival stuff. There's a lot of unnecessary extras, which is kind of sad. But it's like we see, like, you know, like they're gonna tech community like Phoenix. There's like racism flares up now. Racism's a new
yeah, but
it's racism thing. I'm also not buying it 100%. I won't lie. I feel like it's a political narrative that's being pushed by the ANC, because the mayor has said jack all to us, this whole thing, and all of a sudden he wants to come to Phoenix and talk about racial tensions. They're trying to shift this narrative away from the fact that we've had an insurrection and we've had people, within himself included, through their support of Jacob Zuma, inciting people into people are not being allowed in because of their race. That is not the issue here. And they're doing a mad PR spin job, and people mustn't get caught in that spin job. The main thing here that must come out of this is not that there was racism. There's always...
This is South Africa. Of course there's racism. There's racism in everything. That is not the
story we come coming away with from here.
Let me see, my mic is soft. Let's hope this helps. Yeah, but so you're right, though. They're trying to... But the thing is, the racism was obviously going to be... Of
course there's racism, bro.
We're all racist in some way, shape, or form. Every community that lives in this country is racist in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because of our history.
I don't know why my mic is soft, guys.
I can hear you, though.
Give it one more crank up here. My eyes are bad, so I don't know if I'm going up or down. How's that? I think that's up. But you're right, though. Like they're trying to shift the narrative onto another.
Yeah. Racism is an easy one. You can't. No one can object.
They're putting themselves now in the pound seat where they can beat down and say racism because they're on the back foot, because they haven't acted, they haven't condemned, they part and parcel of the reason we're here. So they're trying to flip it to give themselves a powerful position. Guys, just don't buy this racism thing, as this is the whole narrative shift. They want us to believe that racism is the takeaway from this thing. It is not the takeaway.
That's true, though, because there's like people haven't there's like the people are standing together as a nation, or like there hasn't been racism in the way that we understand or know it as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? So like no one is like, oh, okay, we choose you, but there are obviously pockets of people who are doing like attacking people based on their skin color or based on the thing. So there will be that, but I already when it started, I already knew. The first thing I was like, you know what? Literally like the first day, I already because they started in Wamashu. They were breaking calls in Wamashu. That's where it started, like last week sometime before any of this thing started. They started breaking calls and stuff there, and I was like, I could see what was about to go on. I didn't know it was going to be to this scale, but I was like, you know what's going to happen now? It's going to be there's going to be racism. There's definitely going to be racism.
Yeah, look. For all of us who live in South Africa,
we conditioned in racism. We is that a looted mic?
We are well conditioned in that stuff. But this is different. This is different. This must not be reduced to racism. This is about politicians
trying to prove a point on both sides.
And we are the casualties. Like, bruh, like let me tell you something, Rish. And I don't know how people listening feel, but me, I've had serious conversations with myself this week about leaving South Africa altogether. Like, bruh, just like packing it up and saying, you know what? I got lighties. I don't need this. And bro, you've been to other parts of the world. Your parents live in Australia. My parents live in London. We know how different a world they live in. We chose to be here. You chose to be here. I chose to be here. Bruh, this week I'm asking myself, but why should I stay here and fight against, against the system that is designed to get worse? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you keep riding a bike when you know it's only going to get worse? The thing is, you don't get a you say sell that thing before it's clear.
But your cab is fast. Your cab is only going to get worse. Sell it before it's clear.
Let it be some else. That's some other. You should wear your cab. It's some other else problem now.
Yeah. Don't sell a cab to a bra.
Sell it to don't sell it to a bra.
Sell it to one other. Bra, I've had serious conversations, and I'm not sure how. Okay, let me just say something. Besides what I'm saying about having serious conversations, for the people that are listening, I am a advocate, particularly to colored people, to a degree to Indian people, but particularly to colored people, and to black people. That guys, go. Carving the cross is not green on the other side. Mapru, you go. I'm not sure where in the world you are, but it is.
What do you mean?
I don't know if you've seen the cross here. It's burnt, my guy.
There's no cross.
The cross was burnt this week.
I've been to the other side. I've been to multiple countries and been to the pauses of multiple, let me say this, brainos from Newlands, Wentworth, wherever. The cross is definitely greener. Whether the lifestyle is more family orientated or whether they less connected to their culture, those are all other conversations. But if you're talking about the cross, cause the places I've been to, I've seen greener cross, that's for sure, cause I don't know about Holland.
The green is greener in Holland, that's what I know.
Yeah, Holland, I'm just thinking of you.
The green is legal. The cross is legal in Holland. But yeah, you also there when they're not speaking English one way, you must use your Afrikaans skills to survive there.
Because the other week I said this to Jason. I said, "Hey, bro, Australia's." I said this 2 weeks ago to Jay, like, you know, the Australia's looking a bit better now because he's like, yeah, but in South Africa we don't have to. The police pulls you over, you can still sign the story, you can still get out of it, whatever. But they say, you know, my parents, they haven't worn they haven't been wearing masks now on their faces. They only wore masks for I think 4 months.
Sure.
Yeah. They've been living a normal life this whole time. There's no levels. There's no Nothing. They're going to the malls, they're visiting. Nothing is different. They're living like how we used to live in 2017, 2018. And for me, I'm like, that sound feels attractive to me. Like, I hate wearing a mask, sanitizing my hands, being scared of talking to you. I can't come see you. I can't hug my bras, family. I can't visit. I haven't seen my bras. So like for
also,
me,
our lighties are traumatized.
yeah.
Our lighties are gonna have like a little bit of a PTSD living. You know what I'm saying? Even like now, let me tune you something. Me and my lighty we're tuning today about like the situation and he's asking me about guns and all that. These are not conversations I should be having with my children, right? I buy to the you find Brenna's working at petrol stations in the UK.
Definitely.
I can't know. Did I find? You know what? The UK, places like the UK and Australia, they have a minimum wage. That means you can work anywhere and be hundreds. Because the minimum wage is so much higher. In South Africa, we have low minimum wage. You fill your own juice this side.
True.
That's in Australia. Yeah. And I went to the corner, and one came there with he came with two lighties carrying bush knives, with lighties, bush knives. I'm like, dog, these with lighties, should not need to come to the corner with bush knives. They're younger than my lighty. But I'm like, the way this country's set up right now, like that's normal for the lighty to at least know how to handle himself with a bush knife. Let me tell you what happened. We had a community meeting here, right? So community meeting, me and Steven, the Bali from New Dawn, with only Brian was there at the meeting. One to black people, one to Indian people, but like white. So we in the meeting there. And so the one asks the leader of the meeting, that's all Rudolph is always like gun, always like, it's one to Shambis with us. They're saying to them, why can't we get this together, guys? So like why can't we be more like the Bluff? The Bluff, I mean, they got everything locked. And the other brass says, but they got coloreds there. So me and the party look at each other as if to say, hey, my man, don't look at us. We're not those. When you're going to be disappointed. If you expect me, the reason I live here in this soft place is because I'm soft. If you're expecting colored people to somehow be important in this struggle, we are the wrong ones.
That was your call to arms.
I was like, we are the wrong ones, my guy. We don't know how to handle ourselves like that.
Supposed to jump up that time. Ask what you want us to do? What you want us to do? Yes. But as I say, when there's a spare virtuals around, and we can look strong. We can look strong for no reason. No. True. Like, you want us to tell we'll tell where we'll shoot, who's who, where we must stand. I stand there, you stand there. Meantime, in your heart, you're like, hey, if anything pops, you must buy first. We got cowboys there.
Like Texas, bros are strapped to the teeth. I mean, I parked there with my baseball jacket and my slippers. She's also got military boots. The kits on their cabs and all that. They got like Call of Duty kits and everything. They're ready to go. There was a parking lot. I told my wife, one day we'll need this kit for this car. With multiple headlights and everything, bro. Paintball guns with gas, extra modified. I'm like, yo, dog. I can't even handle a knife. I can't even.
That's what I'm saying to you. There's an auntie in the States that's doing doomsday preppers for black people. I think we need to also, for ourselves, we need to be at somewhere close to that level.
For sure. I've never felt so helpless. Like parking around these fires, tuning with these hours and realizing that I know nothing about combat.
You don't know, Peter's looking in his garage. I'm sure there was a thing here for the car, and it shoots fire out the side. Where? I had look.
I know nothing about combat, dog.
Look at the rifles. But where's the ammunition? Ammunition is in the back, where you always keep your shotgun ammunition. Yo, now he's standing there like, hey. What you're what a Breno teaches you, protect your heart. Once you can Protect your heart like this here. Ah, you protect your heart, you can poke. But truth be told, Zain, 25 years ago, would you have been looting? Probably. Definitely. We would have been looting. But you would have been there by Nike, Adidas. We would have been
They
running
burnt
there.
the stores. They burnt the
Grabbing-
Nike stores, Reebok store, Adidas store. I went there today. See what I can't find, like, you know.
He said that about Surf News. This was one of the pressing questions I really need to find out. Is Surf News okay? You know the one there by
I don't know. No, it's burnt. All of those things are burnt. That whole section is burnt. Everything is burnt.
you know where Surf News?
They're in the bottom of Springfield.
Yeah, but not there by
The other side.
by Macro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the other side is completely wrecked, bro.
Techie Town, everything's wrecked.
fucking bastards.
Those burnt.
Hollywood Bunny Bar. Like, that was unnecessary. There was no reason to burn the bunny place, he said. Didn't even have to buy in there. It's closed. There's no bunnies in there. No chow. You cook the chow in the morning. You're not gonna buy in and meet up with a random bunny park in there. There's no chow there. They robbed the bunny place. He said. I'm like, man, that one like just eat home on.
Yo, my old lady will send me back. Yeah, but you know, your old lady sends you back. You go leave it by your brass pose and you wear it. When you leave home, you go over your brass pose, you put on the looted outfit. And you buy. I'm very sad about Surf News, bruh. Yo, because Surf News was the one. You know what I mean? That's
All gone next year.
I go to Durban, I go to two places: Surf News and Jolly Grabber. Is Jolly Grabber? Did they tell Jolly Grabber too?
I can't remember.
Let me read what Donna Ann is saying here. After 2 years of living in the United States and coming back to SA. Oh, Donna's back. I didn't even know you were back, Donna. I will give my last since and leave only my post for the kids that experience of safety. Grass is super green, extremely green.
Yeah, man. I'm a Donna, bro. The grass is greener, cuz.
Hey.
In Mongolia, except. The Mongols.
Genghis Khan.
The more. Bro, they tell the SPCA.
Bro,
Rishlu, like the level of the scale of damage and the range is like nonsensical. Doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's not about hunger and it's not about not having. That the scale of it is it's a conspiracy. But within that conspiracy are people who are opportunists who don't have. I don't know if that, like, I wish, like, part of me wants people to just grasp that there's two aspects to what's happening. There's the deep criminal, destructive insurrection elements, and then there's the opportunist scavenging. And these two groups of people are different.
he stole the shop. Yeah.
Bro, let's talk about the fact that they burnt down the workshop. Fucking workshop. The thing is, see, Donna Ann's here. I went on my first real date with my wife. Donna Ann introduced me to my wife. So we went on a date to the workshop. I went on my first time going on a double dates and my first time going on a date. Because I wasn't about that life. But it's like, that's where you used to meet our bras. That's where I used to buy clothes.
What are memories they have?
Play games there in the game shop. There's a there's a cinemas inside there. And then they changed it up. Then they had my first pair of sneakers I bought there. I bought
all our memories are in that place.
Air Max 1s. My first ever air shoe I bought there. And now it's gone, bruh. How unbelievable. Like, I can't believe, I can't. It's like, I was very gutted about the fact that Surf News is not there. But the workshop, bruh, that's like, now I think they've gotten too far.
Too far.
We've passed that now.
Thanks, Donna. But the seller, Farouche wants to know if the seller's gone.
Yeah, pretty sure it's gone. Packing in shutters, sipping on the hunters. I don't know where shutters, but I know where shutters.
Sunil said you were praying for her.
Oh, yes.
But a workshop? Was it about a workshop? At Oriental, yes. I was praying for you.
None of
It
it.
worked.
What were you praying for?
Ooh,
For her to find Jesus, maybe? She probably knows.
Zanine,
To find Jesus.
Bruh,
I was a
Jesus' carving back then. Big, heavy.
they're pulling out Bibles, like, you know, the old they woke up to, they pull out a copy, you say out of the Bible, come here, you know, Jesus.
Yes, John 3:16.
Came on the side. But that's actually funny, bruh. That's actually, you see, I think that is so funny. I can see
Zanine is wrong. Zanine's
Not
not.
supposed to tell people that, like, on a public platform, even in private. I don't know how could she dare come on here and write that?
you're gonna pray for a kid.
How dare she come on this thing and write that?
You know, they say that's such a funny skit. You know the one when you walk in, all just like, Bambi, hey, come here. You know, when I was Robbie, they always hold your arm. Come here. You know, Jesus, you. Come here. You know, like a gang, like a gang. When it comes to your door, what's it called?
Door to door. Jehovah's
Goodness.
Like a gangster Jehovah's Witness. You say, come here, you know, Jesus, you. And it's not holding your arm. You know, Jesus, you.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
Because you get small Bible, so come here.
God.
Just read it there. I'll cover you. Let me cover you. Yo, that's
Hey,
funny.
but I was hardcore, like that stuff you're saying is not even funny. Because it's like it's so close to home. I can't even like be like, that's hilarious thoughts there, Rishlu. It's so far fetched. I'm like, hey, it's not that far fetched.
Okay. So you're accosting people, bruh.
Hey, bro.
Ah.
Hey. Yo, I find it very funny.
When you think you're doing the right thing at that point in time, you know, you think that you help save people, and then over time you start realizing, hey, you know what? Mustn't impose your own perspective on the world and others. It's fine if you believe that and that you want to share it now and then. You know, I think this is a better way, but you should never get to a point where you're so arrogant about what you believe that you think that if anyone believes differently, they're wrong. But
you prayed for Zanine and she remembers. That's what counts.
What's that?
You prayed for Zanine and she remembers. That's what counts.
Yeah.
Like,
she's brought it up more than once. It's not
the first time she's brought it up. I'm just shocked that she brought it up publicly. She's brought it up with me
privately. I think even
last year she mentioned it. Yeah,
last year, but I
can't believe that she's. I'm gonna block her now. I'm not talking to her.
Jesus knows, but that's funny, bro. It's like, you never. Okay, I didn't know you, so you couldn't pray for me. So,
no, Charles Styles was praying for you. Yeah, Charles Styles was praying for you.
If Charles Styles called you lacquer on the phone, he prayed for you. You even came to me. You know what to say? He prayed for me.
Exactly.
I can't hear what you said, but what you were saying is, I actually kind of enjoyed it. Like I needed it or whatever your exact wording was. You weren't completely offended that he prayed for you.
Actually, it should be, hey, there's books written for people like you. I was like, what? Mark 12 verse 23 says, a man shall come unto the, and I was like, yo, and then everybody went, right? Hit me like 4 books. You know, like, it's like, you know, it's like you're fighting an ogre. It's got like a move. You be like, God, hit me with the mark, what? They say, God, hit me with the, yo, hit me with the, I was like, yo, then I said to me, calm down, brother. You hit me with too many books. like I can't even recite the books because there's too many books. It's like 4 books at a time. Hit me with 1 book. I could even tell you, he told me this book, but I can't tell you because he hit me with so many books. And I said to him, you know what, bro? He said to me, I pray for God to give me eyes to see souls like yours. I was like, okay. Wow. And I'm gonna pray for you because I don't want you to go that way. What? And I said to him, I pray to God for people like you.
You told me.
So my soul is protected. I pray to God find people like you to look for people like me to pray for me. So I pray to God for you to pray for me. And you're like, you see, you think it's all funny.
Ah! Yeah. But he prayed. He still like that.
He's still on that tip.
Yeah, he brought
consistent, man.
Andrew to Joburg.
Huh?
Even he brought Andrew to Joburg now.
Yeah, Andrew said so.
It was, there was a bit of spiritual element.
Jesus told him to bring Andrew to Joburg. Hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know, and we all kind of religious in a certain way, except but these prayers work. Check you all now.
Yeah. Yes, Zane. We all religious to
In a certain, but you know, the difference is maybe the intensity to which we're religious. You know what I'm saying? And so, if I got a low intensity and I meet up with you with a high intensity, it's not that I'm not religious and I don't believe in God. It's just that my intensity and your intensity is not the same. So we have a difference. You know what I'm saying? Some people, what they're trying to do is when they got a high intensity and you got a low intensity, like you're not like heavily intense, they try to make you feel like you're actually not like you're not a Christian or you don't like God or whatever the case is, whatever religion is. And I'm like, no, it's probably we're just on different levels because we're on different parts. We've had different experiences that made us feel this way about God at this point in our life. And it might get more intense, it might get less intense.
Yeah. So we have to obviously close now. It's like opposite. What's the time now? Let me look.
Yeah, opposite 11.
Almost 11. But in closing, it's good. At least we close with this. We're closing on Jesus, which is always a positive. Especially considering that
at a time like this,
we're in a time where I have a low intensity, obviously, compared to others. But I believe that we as a people, I believe in the people as well, right? Because I believe that we need to all get to a point where we all pulling in the same direction. That's why kind of
humanity. Yeah, we mustn't lose our humanity in this moment.
Yeah. So we need to pull in the same direction. We need to have the same goals. Like we can't want to make 10 of our brothers and sisters who know are in the same scenario, in the same situation. We know we're all struggling.
Sure.
We also need to be positive, right? It's like, I know it's a difficult thing, but even speaking to my sister, but I was there and speaking to family members, they're like, yeah, but you're not here. Which is true. I'm not there, but like, it's not easy not being there. It's not like, oh, I don't want to be inside drama, but at the same time, I don't want to not be a part of it. So I want to do what I can to kind of help my people and like to support them, right? And I just hope that like our community can survive this. Like that's the main thing. It's like our people. Tomorrow's another story, but at the moment, there's a lot of rumors and a lot of things going on, and like people are threatening to fight, and like he's talking about the bringing in race, because that's just to murky the waters. We're bringing in race to create the tension. We're staying among other. It's not like there's only colored people in Newlands or there's only Indian people in Phoenix. It's never like this.
And I suppose those communities would have to, in this moment, try to be as conscious as they can, not to stoke that, not to give any reason for people to say that. So there's a responsibility in all communities. You know, like even here, me and the other, what can I say, the other black members of the community where I live, we from time to time I have to almost say to them, man, you know what, just like pull back a little bit, yeah. Let's just pull back on this race issue or whatever. How you reading this whole thing? So you have to reel them in, because that thing can, with South Africa, people have been raised racist, and racist, suppressing racism is an active act for many of us.
And it's an easy out.
Yeah, but I'm saying like suppressing racism is not a natural position for a lot of us. It's an active, I mustn't say a racist thing. It's an active act. So just do the action, do the activeness, be active here in your suppression of your racism.
Yeah, and be human in your treatment, bro. Like
some people grew up in policies
where they weren't racist and no one was racist. Bali wasn't racist, Ma wasn't racist, so they don't relate to it in the same way. But a lot of us in South Africa, I would say the majority of us actually grew up in boys where your granny or your grandpa or your mother, your father, your uncle said racist things. They made you believe that these people are different, and for that reason, so you have to actually actively pull those
childhood
cues that you were taught. You have to drop them.
Yeah, because like we were constantly under that thing because we like our parents and grandparents and like the time we grew up in a time when you couldn't go to specific parts of the beach for argument's sake, bruh.
For sure.
It was real. Like we used to go and there were slides there and there was no slides here. And then when you said to my father, why can't he's like, no, we swim here. And so with that, our parents and our parents, it was a standard thing, bruh. When a person is of the race, they were stereotyped, they were spoken of very openly and very clearly. Like it was
engineered well, yeah,
in our minds.
Yeah. So I think we obviously should be the last of the people that kind of experience that kind of consistent and constant and bold racism.
Well, we're teaching our children it, Richelieu, we are definitely, and I'm always like questioning myself in how I'm raising my children to be citizens of the world, because for me, like when I think of my own children, and you got two, right? So you could be thinking the same way. Is I think of my children, how they relate to the world, not so much just South Africa, because they'll be in the world. How do they relate to the world? And their identity, how sure are they of their identity? And we've come to a place where being an African is our global identity that we're most comfortable with.
That's our core identity right now. Yeah, that's who we belong to.
Because being colored is not an identity that works outside of South Africa. It works a bit in Perth in Australia, but it doesn't really work outside of South Africa. So it's because it's like, all these things are created. They're all like social creations. They're not real things. Race is not like real. And so being an African, I find that it's a comfortable space. What does this mean? Does Carvin do video calls? I don't understand what that means.
Those videos that you normally do, bruh.
Don't do video calls.
Those videos that you do with the phone, with the shoe, with the...
Yeah. What is he asking if I do?
Is it you? People don't know that it's you.
Oh, sure.
It's you.
Come on, you must know it's me, man.
Yes,
I do it, bro. That's my thing. I did a thing by mistake one day.
And it became a thing. I'll tell you what happened. I was parking in a cab, and this the earthquake happened. And I'm parking with Jake and my son, and I told him, hey, this earthquake. We need to make a video about, because you know how we think. Uncle Jaggy or Jay. You know how we think, Rich, when something happens, you jump on the thing on top of it at the same time. And so I'm parking in a car. Uncle Jaggy actually wasn't the first character. I jump in a car, and I'm saying to Jake, hey, I just need to do something. So I say to him, hey, you know what? This earthquake happened. I'm gonna phone Nalani at Graf, and I'm gonna tell Nalani, hey, Chiki, I'm not coming to Graf tomorrow because the earthquake here is bad. But now we can't find anything to use as a phone. But I had a can of Shield in the car. I said to Jake, actually, right. I mean, I'm just gonna use this can of Shield. People will understand what it's supposed to represent. And so I use the shit. Hey, Lani, how's it, bro? Hey, Chiki, I'm not coming to Graf, Lani, all that. That was more than 2 years ago. Or 2 years ago now. I never thought that people would start taking up the flipping things. I was never literally, because I didn't have anything else in the car to represent a phone.
You didn't expect the
no, it's like a life of its own.
That's the beauty of things that you're not in control of, right?
It's not in control of that stuff.
I love that. That's the thing I like the most. Like things that you're not in control of that jump on you like, oh shit, now now I have to. It's like this. It's like this, bruh. Like what we're doing right now. I have no control of it, and yet it exists.
Sure.
You
It's
know?
risky. Yeah, because we're having some risky conversations we'll have to have phone calls about afterwards.
Yeah, but that's how it is, though. Like,
yeah. We've always treaded that fine line between, hey, I can't believe he's also saying that.
remember when they already came to my house because I did jokes about them back in 2000 and
Sure.
I'm used to being attacked.
Yeah. I suppose also like in my case, like just but like in general, I'm generally quite fearless about things to talk about. Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Kim Solomon, don't do that anymore, please.
Was it black? Yeah. Sure. Me, yeah, you're right, Kim. Hey, Kim, that one. Hey, we were having this conversation yesterday about like even the codes was a caramel or chocolate or all that. You know what I'm saying? Like was it peach or vanilla? Hey, like because for us somehow that matters a lot.
Yeah. But it's us. Like I'm saying, we're the lost of that generation. Let's hope.
But we keep asking the lights that we're not the lost because we're teaching them.
Yeah. But they can see through us. Like Kim is saying, her kids reply differently because we would never say that to mother. We'd be like, we would immediately answer. Like you'd be like, oh yeah, no. Even now, it's in our head. It's so deep in our head. We need to just we need the next generation to not be a part of it, bro. It needs to disappear.
But it's not a South African thing, eh? It's a global thing.
Yeah, it is. But
I think if we live in the UK or the States, whatever, those things are still things. That behavior is like it's not just us that does behaviors like us Africans.
Yeah, it is true though. Like in Australia, there's heavy racism against the Aboriginal people, and it was actually much worse than ours. If I know apartheid, I know there's a very weird, it's a very weird comparison. You're like, oh, apartheid wasn't that bad, but I mean, it's like they were like literally culling people, and like they were doing things that were like, I'm not saying ours was dope, but like it was pound for pound, it was hectic. And even up to today, you're not allowed to walk in the mall if you don't have money. But I'm not allowed to walk in the mall if you're an Aboriginal person and you don't have more than $5 in your pockets. If you can't go in the mall, and then that's still a repercussion of the end of what we, I guess, are past. But like I don't know what's gonna happen now, because now I think we're on a reset button. Now everything's gonna become different. Something's gonna have to happen now. It's different now.
But also you know the I'm not sure in your community, those of you who are listening who live in KZN or whatever, there's lots of like opportunity for innovation. Rabbit Fence. What was that? No, I've never seen that movie. I'll check it out.
Now, because then I waste my whole life now and come back and be like, yo, it's a movie about. But I can already, just by the word Rabbit Fence, I can already feel the narrative of the movie is about different people, different cultures, and then how you can get onto the other side. It's Rabbit Fence, and the Rabbit Fence doesn't really hold everybody unless you are rabbits. I can feel it. Okay, I'll check it out. Rabbit Fence. I feel like we need to say goodnight. I know
man.
You're still watching us, hey?
Sorry, what was that?
I said I feel like we need to say goodnight. I know nobody's going to bed because they're staying in other countries, but I feel like we could literally go for the next 2 days. But before we say goodnight, though, I want to say to you, thank you for doing the things, bro. Thanks for being out there and you know.
Yeah. Look, Rish, I'm much clearer about my role in society than I was maybe a few years ago. So I know that I'm a mouthpiece and I have to put things out and maintain a trustworthy voice, a rational voice, be critical in thinking and put things out. And so when things happen, I know my role in society. So
You can expect that from me. Always, eh?
I know what to. I honestly know what to expect from you, bro. It's weird though. When I see your post, I see the video post, and I'm like, yeah.
Of course.
Sometimes, yeah, they are going like, what, Corbin?
But what's
oh.
the thing now? You know
what I expect from you since we're talking about that. I've actually grown to expect online the most inside colored jokes that you will ever hear online. You know, online people are generic, myself included. But I know with you, we're gonna get things that's gonna be like, you had to be on a certain level of color to be like down with that. This is those talking things that, yes, this is the real shit.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful separator that you're able to do that and maintain.
Yeah, it's weird because
you know, sometimes I think
of that one colored people. Every time someone says to me, you know, so and so, and I think, hey, before I say to myself, hey, maybe if I see his face.
I think of your post. Before I say it, I think, hey, maybe. It happened now this evening. Oh, you
don't know Dick, man. You must know Dick. I just,
hey, maybe.
Pull back.
It's mine. It's probably like that.
Yeah, predictable. That's it.
So I've ruined it for you now. Now you can't do it anymore.
Maybe if I see his face.
Ooh.
Maybe if I see his face.
Oh, bro. Even now you're like, you know, tired, and I'm like, immediately all I want to say is, maybe if I check him, I'm sure I know him.
I know you know this member. He's in you got a Newton group, right?
With a Newton O's.
Oh, Jacob. Tyron Jacobs, yes, now I know him. They used to actually, yes, I know him very well, actually. He used to stay in Newton.
Maybe if I see him in a WhatsApp group.
No, I leave the group. Too much pollution. I don't
out.
Radio of Colors, the only group I stay in that there's so many messages. I'll be honest with you. I run away.
Sure.
And open, I see 300 messages. I just go, I'm out of here. I don't care what those messages are about. I'm leaving. Then I see 2 weeks later, hey, so and so died. I'm like, oh shit. But I bounce. I don't care. I don't like too much messages. But yeah, they used to stay there in Slangerox Drive there on the top there. They now stay obviously in Hillcrest. Yeah, Tyron Jacobs. He's Bruce.
He's like, bruh, they've been
living here. This is how crazy it is. I'm number 2. But they live at the beginning of the road. They're number 5. The numbers are weird. But they've been living here for long. And we from the same section and we didn't even know.
No, they be living in white areas long enough to know that they don't how to carry on.
Oh, no.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna say good night to everybody. Thank you very much.
Where's the stock?
For hanging out.
Talking about the stock.
The stock's gonna come out. Don't worry, cuz you see the stock is coming out. I was supposed to catch up with Nilo. I had to catch up with Neil Green. I have a part 2 of Neil Green, but I feel that you and I need to do. This is gonna happen. We're gonna have to do some kind of let's say another week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's cool. It's been fun. Thank you
to everyone who's listened. We
have 1
hour 45. Oh, it's looking at 55-inch to start. Hey, Brian, you know today what was like terrible is that people were stealing, were looting like top equipment, like 70-inch TVs on it, and those things are all dumped there on the road, bruh. They didn't even get to the house.
The things are heavy.
The things are dumped. Hey, bro, the washing machines.
The gas stoves, those things are just dumped, bruh.
The gas stove is like 40 grand.
There's people now moving with you looking at their pictures and you advise their pose. Did you always like Smeg? You got 2 Smeg.
You can buy and come dine with me now.
You always like snake, just like 2 snake kettles in your house. And he done some expensive things there. Bro. Avoid pot hashes. Oh my gosh. You know, I've got certain stores that are small cash, a small patio warehouse. Hey, bro, and I know some of the things in there that I'm plotting, like, you know, when I get a total, I'm plotting this thing, yeah, and I buy and I look at it, and when I get that total, I'm coming for this thing, yeah. I can see how much march it is. I'll just put some march aside. And I buy and I saw those things there on the floor and all that, hey, bro, broken, man.
I'm gonna show you my iron. Like you took my, but I have weird things that I crave. Let me show you my iron. I've had to urge now, not even a month ago. But you know that iron that you don't have to set, you don't have to set the temperature. You just put water in, then the iron will determine what type of material you're eating, and you can just go. Nerve wracking.
I don't iron.
You know,
So I can't relate to the struggle that you just overcome with this iron.
he said, I have an eye now. My help is even jealous of my eye. Now she looks at my eye and I'm like, leave
You
my
have an
eye.
eye in this whole pandemic. I went to Thailand. I'll tell you what happened. I went to Thailand. And but in the streets in Thailand, there's a whole lot of O's that make suits for you on the spot. They do measurements. They try how many days here, 3-4 days. We measure you up. Next day, come tomorrow, we do a fitting they hit you with a like a waistcoat version of the whole jacket. And so this old tune me, check here, make you these suits. And they always want to give you more than you need, right? But actually over time it makes sense. And I kept saying to me anymore. And he trying to make you these suits. These suits here, he showed me the material, he squinches the material, they non-crease. They don't crease. No, you can throw this thing, squeeze it, throw it in the back of your car, the thing don't crease. Except this always not talking like a sales pitch story. These suits don't crease, bruh. Bruh, I don't need an iron. The only time I need an iron is if I'm buying to like a corporate thing or whatever. And then I need a suit. But now these things don't crease. There's also the material that don't crease. I don't know if anyone else has non-crease material, but bruh, it's a wonder. Even better than your iron.
I'm always ironing, cleaning, tucking, folding. It's within.
Hey, being a clever boy ain't easy, dog.
Yeah, no. No, shame, man. We grew up like that, you know.
So Roros. You know who's Korean son, bro?
Yeah, Sheldon.
Is his name Sheldon?
Sheldon's brother. Sheldon's a brother, or just wait there. Biggie is a son, the rapper. Yeah.
Oh, Biggie Lovedale. How is he? Hey, and also talented, bruh. Yes.
Yes.
Such a talented MC.
Push him out. We need to. As
hey, bruh, like he's one of the older. Like, say it again.
I said we need, as a community, we need to get together and push our people out, bruh. There's so
hey,
many.
Bruh, he's one of those old. He's one. Like I just wish, like the water can be right, the atmosphere can be right. When you just sail into that thing, because it's as far as the game goes, he got all the ingredients.
It's the one on the end, the optimal temp. I'm looking at it now. It's all in. Where is it now? The optimal temp.
Oh, Howard.
That's the one. That's the one on the end.
Did you get that in Mongolia?
I don't even know. So yeah, but let's say good night to everybody. Anything?
Night, everybody.
Nothing in closing.
No. In closing, stay safe, guys. And for those of you who are overseas, it does actually help when you guys send messages and you comment on what's happening. So please don't think that we don't pay attention. I personally, I know who you are. I know that where you are in the world. Sometimes I don't know where exactly you are, but I like your stuff means something. So please engage with us or whatever. Oh my gosh, got a macro.
Can you just looting. Yeah.
They found bodies at Macro in Joburg or Maritzburg.
Was it Maritzburg? They found like 7 bodies in this after this looting thing.
7
Yeah.
in the shop. Bulk.
Around. Oh God. Good night. Good night. I'm not going to be involved there.
It's too late now.
Okay.
No, we have to make jokes, else we're gonna die of sadness, bruh.
I'm telling you, hey.
People ask me, hey, isn't it too soon? Actually, it's never too soon, guys.
Never ever. Did you see Honest video?
Who?
Honest.
I didn't check
Honest
it.
did a video where you're standing and the guy asking him, he's got a mask and you can't really see him. I know it's him because I know it's him. But he's saying, yeah, we're looting. The guy's like, so why are you guys looting? He's like, yeah, we've got petrol. Why are you looting? We've got lighters. He's like, yeah, but why are you looting? Because you've got these things. But the thing is, it's parody. But if you watch it, it's so real that I can already see that people are gonna be like, this guy's an idiot. He's gonna come.
Oh wow, go check that out. I must go watch that.
I'm gonna find it and tag you. But it looks like he's a looter. But I can guarantee you people are gonna be like, this guy's an idiot.
Like if it goes viral.
Yeah, I hope so.
Sure. Like the toilet.
Mo, we hit the children, teach the skit he did on LNM, bruh. You remember that thing?
Yeah, we hit the children. Yes.
People didn't
know that it was a parody.
Because he's so good. He has to be really good.
Yeah, it was
so well executed. People know it was a parody. See, it's already it's been 2 hours. My gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, man. People
got go patrol now.
Learning. So yeah, from my side, good night. I'll catch up with you guys next week. And
what if it did? 2 hours got dumped up in Macro
and died from hypothermia.
What?
I saw a post yesterday. Someone, you know, those bottles in Macro, there's 600 grand. Someone took them and 600,000 rand bottles in Macro. You know that thing?
Yeah,
no.
Who's got that? They got it, but they're
But what if insurance pays for all that? I don't know how that works. Like,
hey, bro, I tell you the truth. My wife works for them. It's real. But anyway, good night, everybody.
Right.